record. Okay. It's recording. Hello. My name is Rebekah Capps. For those of you who don't know me, a little bit of background. Both my husband and I are applying to the nursing program at a local community college, which is in fact just right behind us. We are almost officially finished with all of our prerequisites. We were doing it off and on for about almost 4 years now, which, yes, it's a lot longer than most students who aren't married or are living with their parents. Yes, I know it took us a long time, but I'm just proud to be here at this point. Proud that we are ready to apply as soon as next week, and there he is. No, don't turn off. Okay, fine. I don't care. Well, this video, I basically wanted to record it to kind of help those who are watching how to prepare and take the TEAS exam, the TEAS. I don't remember what it stands for, but basically it's a placement exam for a lot of health science programs. So the way we prepare, well, first off, I made an 84.0, he made an 83.9. Or something like that. And I know that's not a 90 or awesome score or whatever, but it's not only passing, but it gave us the maximum preference points for the program we're enrolling in. So yes, that is something to be proud of. So the way we prepared, I went to the bookstore at our college and they had 2 books for it. And one book was $50, and they said that it was manufactured by the same company who proctored the exams, made the exams, so it's super accurate. It's the same year. You'll get really good scores if you take it. Basically, it's like a study guide and some practice questions, but I didn't think it was worth $50, so I bought the one that was $15 or $16, which it was just 5 practice exams of all topics: science, math, reading, and writing. And each practice exam had 50 questions, and it would tell you what the right answers are and why they were right. And so I did that pretty thoroughly. I focused on the subject that I didn't think was my strong subject, which was science and reading. And so that really helped me with the rationales and stuff. But Jonathan, he found an app called the TEAS Mastery app. It looks like that medical icon that you use for the NCLEX RN and NCLEX PN app, those mastery apps. Did you have to pay for it, Jonathan?
Yeah, I spent $20 on it.
It was $20. So yes, if you really want to pass, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money. So he said it might have been under $20, but it had over 300 questions, and probably more than that, each subject had a lot of questions, 200 plus questions each. And the way it works is you go through one question at a time, either randomly or by a specific topic. It actually encourages you to do the topic you're not very good at. So I focus mainly on science. And after you... Okay, maybe you can see it.
You can't.
Okay, well, it breaks it down basically based on practice quizzes, flashcards, and medical terminology. Reading has 307 questions, writing has 363, math has 309, science has 338, so lots and lots of questions, which really helps because after you answer it, it'll tell you the right answer, and it won't categorize it based on whether or not you got it right or wrong. It's based on whether or not you feel like you know it, you don't know it, or maybe you know it. That way you can go back and click on all the questions you click that you don't know and all the questions you think you know, and avoid the questions you already do know, so you're not just like wasting your time kind of thing. And there's a schedule in there where you can set up however many questions you want in a day. So you basically type in when do you plan on taking that exam, and depending on how far along it is from now, it'll, for example, if it's 2 weeks from now, the first day will be 10 questions, the next day will be 30 questions, basically up until when you're close to being ready to take the exam, it'll be like 100 questions the last 1 or 2 days, because the actual exam I want to say was a lot of questions. Total, I didn't keep track, but science was like 56 questions. Math was
I think there was 209, and okay, no, that was the amount of time. 209 minutes.
209 minutes. It was plenty of time. To me, it was plenty of time. I finished and I looked around and there was like 30 people left out of 40 people. Jonathan said when he left, there's about 10 people left, and he is notorious for taking forever on tests. And so for him to finish with people being left, that's a good sign.
I like to take my time, man. Don't put me down in public.
So 50-something questions for science, 50, low 50s for math. The least amount I want to say was for, I want to say it was for writing. I'm pretty sure it was writing. It was like only 20-something questions, and then what's the other one? Reading, math. I guess I should have started with reading.
Taking time now.
Okay, so basically all of it was about 50 questions, except for one, which only had 20 questions. And it was like 40 minutes, 40 minutes, 40 minutes, and then like 20 minutes. And I thought that was plenty of time. And at first, everybody's going in, freaking out. Nobody's talking to each other because they're just so nervous. There's just so much pressure to do good. But my best advice to you guys, I read this on an article somewhere online, is to get good rest the night before. Try to take some deep breaths, some pursed lips breathing. Like if you feel your chest is really tight and you're really anxious, just like breathe out real slow and deep to kind of release that pressure. And you'll just, I don't know, it really helps me. And don't drink too much caffeine, not more than you're used to, because that could really worsen the anxiety. And a good breakfast. Kind of, I read this on the article too, to avoid fatty stuff like bacon and hash browns and whatnot. Just stick to fruits and vegetables, which I did. I ate an apple and water and stuff.
Caffeine is actually a precursor for acetylcholine, so that might actually help when you're doing tests, because it actually helps you to like draw back from your memory.
Well, I'm not saying avoid caffeine. Just don't drink more than you're used to.
That also helps.
Yeah, everybody's just so gung-ho about the peppermint hype, how it helps you stay calm and actually focus mentally. I think I went in with a Hall's cough drop, but I think the teacher was paranoid that I was going to have some sheet on the Hall's wrapper, so he told me to take it before I walk in and don't touch my personal stuff while I was in there. Anyway, so this video is way too long. Let's sum it up basically by when it was done. It felt like forever for it to generate my score, and then when that score popped up, I was like, what? I could have sworn that I was going to make like a 60 or 70, because on my practice exams, it kept saying I was making a 60 and 70 on all those combined practice exams. And so don't stress, don't worry, it's a lot easier than all these practice exams. I think they just really, really want you to be prepared. So once you're in there, you're going to be like, this is easy. And I read somewhere that, the TEAS exams, reading is so much longer than any practice exam you ever take. All the readings on my TEAS exam were probably just like 1 page long for all of it, just like 4 little paragraphs, 3 little paragraphs. And they were interesting, kind of, sort of. But they weren't like, the first reading question, it was the first exam that I took, it was reading. And Jonathan agreed with me. We were both like, oh my gosh, I cannot focus. Everybody's rustling, moving around. So they gave us little earplugs. So I decided to open up mine and use it, and it really helped. And so just like say a little prayer, do whatever it takes for you to just focus, because the first reading question, yes, it's going to be intimidating, but just it'll be okay, I promise. After that, it is just so easy from there. Trust me, I am, like I said, no, I didn't say it. I have a 3.629 GPA, so I'm not a straight A student. I work my butt off for my A's, B's, and sometime a C somewhere in the past. So it's not easy for me to take a test, but so for me to say it was easy, I mean it. It was, I stressed way too much about this. So relax. I think the more you relax, the better you do. And another secret, this is going to be a little weird, but there's a documentary called The Secret out there. So I took its advice and just kept telling myself, I'm going to make it 80. I'm going to make it 80. I'm going to make it B. I'm going to make it B. I kept telling myself that ever since I learned about that secret. I told myself that all the way up until the point that I sat down in front of the screen. And
are you serious?
yes, I'm
That's so
serious.
stupid.
But it really helped. So I'm really proud of my B. I hope you guys do well on your TEAS. I know you will. It's just so easy. And if you don't, it's probably because you're stressing, and just do those practice exams. Please, please, please do something. You're going to have to prepare. My cousin, he didn't even prepare, and I think he made a pretty decent score. I want to say he made in the 70s or whatever. But anyway, if you have any questions, this is my first video, so I will try to answer your question if I can figure it out. I'm sorry if I rambled so much. Well, good luck to everybody. Bye.